Hey guys, Jacqueline Fernandez here at the Alert Center today. Thank you so much for joining us for this First Alert 6 Scam School. So you never want to be on the naughty list, clearly, and the Better Business Bureau is here to tell us about the 12 top naughty list scams to look out for. So let's introduce Josh Planos with the Better Business Bureau. Josh, thanks for being here at the Alert Center today.
Thanks so much for having me, Jacqueline.
Of course. So one thing we talk about, number one on the naughty list, so to speak, is misleading social media ads. What does that mean, Josh?
Yeah, there's a lot of scams circulate in late November, early December, throughout the end of the calendar, because there's a lot of money that's being spent during those periods of time, right? So social media is no different. You're going to see a lot of ads on your timeline that look ideal for your circumstances, and some of them truly are trained on your habits and your behaviors, and they might actually lead you to where you want to go. But there's also going to be plenty of opportunities that take you precisely to the place that you would rather not spend any amount of time, which is on a website that is not that of a real business, that is truly just designed to gain access to your personal and your payment information. So online purchase scams, super common this type of year. And a lot of the way people get to those scams is through ads that tell them that there is the hot item of the year that's available at a price that you can't get elsewhere. And that product might be counterfeit or it might not be real at all, right? And so just because you see an ad on your timeline, don't believe that there's been some sort of like legal counsel that has accepted this and approved it. In a lot of cases, this is just a company that has paid a certain amount of money to have something appear in front of you. So tread carefully, even if the ad looks good.
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, so number two, social media gift exchanges. This is the first time I've actually heard of this, but it is very popular, right? So can you kind of walk us through that one, Josh?
Yeah, so this is, I guess, a very Gen Z version of a holiday gift exchange where rather than giving somebody food or products, you're actually giving somebody digital money or opportunities to take part in opportunities that are only available online. So a lot of these things are what you would probably expect. These are pyramid schemes, which require somebody to spend a lot of money selling it to somebody else for them to get their money back, right? So there's a lot of like, I got you access to a newsletter that maybe you didn't know you needed, or I got you access to an app that you didn't know you needed. And while that sounds harmless,
Right.
your information is probably never been more important to keep under wraps in 2025. So this is a good opportunity to find a different group of friends if somebody signs you up for a social media gift exchange. But at bare minimum, it's also something to tread carefully with, because you don't know that seemingly innocent app or that seemingly innocent opportunity is an opportunity at all.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, so something to watch out for there. Third on the list, and this one kind of caught me by surprise. This is for the parents out there, so listen up. So holiday apps, things like, if you want to talk to Santa early to make sure you're not on the naughty list, this kind of thing. There is an opportunity for you to do so, but exercise caution with this one.
Yeah, there's a saying, Jacqueline, if something is free, then you are the product. And that is something that is experienced by just about everybody who signs up for a free app. And some of these, again, are completely innocent, right? You want to have a conversation with Santa. You want to track Santa on, on Christmas Eve. Many of these things are safe. But there are some that frankly aren't, and truly are farms to gain all sorts of proprietary information that you wouldn't want in the hands of anybody. So an example of that would look like asking somebody for the make and model of their first vehicle. Why would you need to provide that information to get an account on a free mobile app? Well, that is, in many cases, one of the most common bank account verification questions possible, right? So that information would be extremely useful to someone. There are also opportunities that many parents have learned involving payment, right? Where there are upcharges within the app. And I know many parents firsthand who have experienced this, where I signed up for an app, I gave the phone to the child, and suddenly I've got an enormous bill, right? Or I don't even know that we're now in line with the subscription, right? So that's something that you want to make sure that you know exactly what you're signing up for before you sign up for it. A way to do that is to set permission controls ahead of time. A lot of free apps provide that information, but also really do think critically about what it is that you download on your device, right? Most scammers do not come out and say outright, I am a scammer. I am not interested in doing something positive for you this holiday season. Many more hide behind apps that sound like they will provide some sort of service or value. And so just think critically about whether or not you're willing to roll the dice, especially on a new app, an app that doesn't maybe have a lot of experience or infrastructure or good reviews out there.
Yeah, that's definitely good advice too. And then Josh, just wanted to briefly talk. Clearly, we're not going to go over every single of the 12 scams that are on this naughty list, but is there any one in particular that you wanted to focus on perhaps?
Yeah, one thing I would recommend is we've seen quite a jump in temporary holiday job scams. Employment fraud across the board is really up for a lot of people for good reason, right? There are a lot of people looking to make a little bit of money here to be able to afford gifts and items and things of that nature around the holiday season. So there's going to be all sorts of opportunities out there on reputable job posting boards that involve temporary work. Make sure that you are trusting your gut. Make sure that you do your due diligence on that company. If you haven't heard of that company before, we've got a whole website dedicated to finding more information about companies. I'd encourage you to check that out. But if you think about the amount of information, Jacqueline, that you and I pass along to somebody when we apply for any position at all, I think we would tread a lot more carefully if we knew that it's possible that information could get in the hands of someone who is not hiring for a position at all, right? And yet we regularly gamble with this information. So make sure that the job opportunity is worth the risk. And some of the ways you can do that, as we have talked about in the past, compare and contrast the job postings on, say, LinkedIn with the careers page of the company in question, so you know definitively that position exists and it's being hired for at this particular time.
Yeah, that's a good call, Josh. Anything else that you wanted to add today? I know we want to give a shout out to 2 local companies who are not on the naughty list, so I'll let you take over from there.
Yes, so we have this thing called the Torch Award for Ethics. We provide it locally in the region that amounts to our service area. So we had 2 local winners who advanced to compete for the international version of that recognition. So you can think about this as all of these different Better Business Bureaus have local winners that compete against one another for international recognition. And this week, we were made aware that 2 local recipients earned international Torch Awards. So Yex Automotive Repair is a veteran-owned company based out of Bellevue. They are a winner. Awesome. And Woodman Life, which is based out of Omaha, is also a winner. There are only 5 winners in all of North America, and we have 2 of them right here, which is truly a testament to the types of business, the quality of business that we have in our region. I think we regularly take that for granted, or at least we don't think about it as much as we should. But we are so blessed here in the Midwest to have incredible, ethically driven, integrity-minded businesses. And this is just another example of some of the quality of businesses we have in our neighborhoods.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And a big shout out, a big congratulations to those businesses, the owners and employees who work there. Just great stuff, Josh. Thank you so much for your time today and for joining us here at the Alert Center and getting us geared up for the holiday season with the naughty list for those scams. My goodness, good to know.
Thank you for having me, Jacqueline.
Of course. We'll see you next week. All right, so hopefully you are well equipped if you're starting your holiday shopping for that scam list. Let's take a live look outside now as we discuss the weather here. So here's a live look from our Blackstone camera. My goodness, I don't think it could be any more gray out there, but I won't hold my breath. So, Senior Chief Meteorologist Rusty Lord says today, cloudy, obviously, and cooler, a high of 47. He anticipates tonight to be mostly cloudy with patchy fog out there still, a low of 38. As we take a live look from our Children's Nebraska cam now, we can expect Wednesday those clouds to kind of start decreasing, so that's good, with a high of 56. And then as we head over to 144th and Dodge, take a live look at traffic here. Traffic not too bad at this point, but Thursday partly cloudy with a high of 59. So looking pretty good as far as Thursday, the closer we get to the weekend, so not going to complain there. Now, for more on our weather, you can always head to our website. That's firstalert6.com, and Rusty has his entire forecast laid out for you. You can do the hourly, the 3-day, the 10-day, the weekend, whatever you would like. Also, you can head to firstalert6.com to our homepage here, and this will give you the top stories that we're working on throughout the day. In the meantime, just want to say thanks so much for joining us here at the Alert Center, and please do stay tuned for our first broadcast with our Dave Zavolinsky at 3. We'll see you then.